So I'm hoping that you've all had a chance to watch part one of Tom Cunliffe and myself's version of our Bangers and Cash Splash the Boat Out. So here is part two. I can't thank you enough, all those who've watched it, part one. I hope you enjoyed part two. And if anyone knows of anyone who fancies sponsoring us on our little escapade, even better. Just a quick nod to my father in the background there. He taught me so much. And I always appreciate what he taught us. Right, well, I've seen everything I need to see down here, so we're going to have a look on deck.
Yep.
So in the front of the boat, we had that water in the top side laminate. I think we can see the reason why now, because there's just stacks of damp rope in here. Yeah, and there's all the old anchor chain in the bottom. That's why there's moisture on the meter, probably. All this lovely old, nice, guaranteed corroded anchor chain for you, Tom, in the bottom. Perfect.
It's a fine length of nylon.
Yes, almost enough to go across the Atlantic.
Well, somebody's cared about that, haven't they?
I think the boat's been relatively well set up. It's just a shame that, you know, they painted the top sides. They've also painted all the decks. From an aesthetic point of view, it's quite sad because you'll never get this boat to look 100% in its current paint finish.
That's why it's cheap, isn't it?
It's going to be a very cheap boat. The moisture in the decks is actually surprisingly low. Oh, we've got some around the anchor winch here. But that's a real common thing. And a classic one is the fittings round it are all quite wet as well. And then you've got this lovely deck hatch. Just the sort of thing to go across the Atlantic with. I mean, I know you like a forward-facing hatch, and so do I, but when they're as flimsy as this, it really wants looking at. And
No, that's no good, is it?
This acrylic is no good. That'll get ripped off in the first wave.
Yeah.
You like this piece of stainless, don't you? Well, it's a shame that the guy who put it on didn't seal it. Can you hear all the moisture in the deck?
Oh dear.
Oh, there's loads of it. And it's right off the scale here.
No, but what's that going to mean for the deck?
Well, it looks like it's separating. But if you have a look here, Tom, we've actually got quite a clear line down the side of the mast step here, so something's definitely going on with this. Now I appreciate the mast is on this compression post,
Yep.
but this deck to the starboard side here, yeah, it's definitely separated. You can hear that, definitely hear the difference, can't you? That's good. That's bad, and if I put my hand on it, I can actually feel the reverberation.
Yeah.
So there's something definitely going on here. Okay, well, we'll have a bit of a look inside. Oh dear. I found the first seacock up the front here for the heads. So that's a nice old Blake's valve, which is a proper
that's
seacock.
good.
Yeah. It's lovely and seized because it hasn't been looked after. And then this is a load of water tanks in the top here, look.
Yeah.
Which are fiberglass, so you really mustn't be drinking out of fiberglass water tanks. Not good for you. And look at all that water in the back then there, Tom.
That's horrible, isn't it? I know.
Yeah.
What's that about? Well, obviously it's got in there from somewhere, hasn't it?
Yes, it's not all the way down, so we've got ballast in the top here. But obviously it's not helping anyone, is it? I'll go into and have a look inside the heads area. Yeah. Yeah, that seacock's seized as well.
Well, that's no surprise. They're readily freed. I know how to free them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Give them a bash from up underneath with a screwdriver when you've taken the bolts off.
Yeah.
They come out like lambs.
yeah, my dad used to use a wooden drift.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll be even kinder.
It's not too bad, to be honest with you. It's very, very original, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
For the age of the boat, it's not got bad headroom. Can you stand up in it?
Just about.
Just about.
Yeah, I don't expect to be able to stand up in anything less than 50 feet because I'm 6'6", so you know. But it's just not bad at all.
There is a little bit of moisture coming in through the deck here, which we picked up earlier.
Yeah.
But again, these linings, because they're all screwed up, it's an easy job to
Yeah, they
see
come
what's going
down.
on.
You could reseal that, couldn't you,
Yeah.
without too much trouble?
Yeah.
Which would be a kindness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would help. And again, the what everyone forgets really important here is the mast is supported by this bulkhead, and there's
Yeah.
a large lump of timber on the inside as the compression post, and that's all going down onto the keel here.
Yeah, so they've got that right too.
So they have got this right on this one. It's not cantilevered at all.
It strikes me that this is basically a well-built boat.
Yeah, I think you're not far off that. Certainly, we saw some movement around the mast step on top. So again, I would be tempted to take this one down just to make sure there's nothing going on
Yeah,
underneath.
and probably refasten that,
Yeah.
that fitting out there.
Yeah, no, it's not
Yeah.
too bad really, is it? Well, here's one little gem, Tom. This has been really well looked after by looks of it. Talking to the boat yard, they said they've been regularly winterising it for the owner. Looks like it's probably the original. Unfortunately, there's quite a bit of standing water around the back end of it though. Yeah, lots of water standing around this engine. So I think before I go any further, I'd just definitely see it run up and checked. But certainly some investments been put in here. You can see all the new hoses on and intake strainers and stuff. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad. This area here, Tom, the aft cabin, I think unfortunately at some point this hatch has been left open while the boat's been neglected, and we've actually developing a bit of a composting machine because we've got loads of leaves in the bilges here, which is all wet.
Oh
All
no!
the cushions are wet, and we've also got water coming through the rudder stock
Yeah.
and steering system. So there's lots of water being accumulating in the back end here, and they're quite deep bilges. So yeah, if you want to do some composting for your garden this year, this is a perfect place to come and get some. The joinery throughout the whole boat, the joinery is in really good nick until we get to the back end here. And then there's
What's happening there?
Well, there's quite a bit of water damage in quite a lot of it.
But it's solid, isn't it? It's not gone
yes, yeah, I think we're okay from the rot point of view, but certainly it wants a bit of a dig out and a look. Just needs a good tidy up and have a proper look at it then, really.
wrong. So, what do you think, mate?
You've got a bit of work here. You've got a lot of work here. But
Yeah.
it's balancing the costs of the things you've got to buy against the labour. If you're paying someone professionally to do this boat, it's probably beyond the economics. But then it's also asking yourself of, can you buy another boat like this within the budget to go and do a transatlantic, like as you said at the start, of giving you an opportunity to revitalise a boat and get people to enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean,
Can you put a price on that?
what we've seen, I don't know. I mean, what we've seen is that you've shown me that the areas here that I wouldn't have thought about that could cause problems, and some of them look pretty technical, like that business down by the rudder. That's that I find that slightly frightening. I can see what's got to be done, but getting out grinders and whipping off loads of fiberglass, that rather brings me up with a round turn. But a lot of what I'm seeing is well within the capabilities of an ordinary, decent DIY man. And because the quality is in the boat, you're not throwing good money after bad, are you?
No. The hull itself, I think, is pretty good. You know, and you take in the considerations of its age against some of the modern boats we see, I think the hull itself is a good investment. There are areas like you've said the rudder, but you've also got the mast step, you've got the chain locker, all that area has got quite high moisture in it, which does need thinking about.
Yeah.
Then you've got the thing of the masts. Where are they?
So they're undercover somewhere, the decent ones.
You're such an optimist.
Well, yeah, you know, I used to sail with an old American skipper. He once said to me, the trouble with you is you're an optimist, he said, and the floor of the sea is paved with the bones of optimists.
Yeah, I know, I'm thinking that as well, but there we are.
Yeah.
But, I mean, again, it's like the paint job. The topside paint job is terrible. It needs dealing with. But if you're sailing the boat and you don't care what the outside looks like, you could live with it.
Well, when you've cleaned it off, it's not going to look that bad. It might stand the 10-yard test,
The 10-yard test, that's what we need. The decks, I think you'll struggle with a 10-yard test. But again, it's work and effort. You can go sailing and just do it on a nice day when you're in a harbour somewhere.
Yeah.
The back end of the boat here does need looking at. And again, the engine, there has been water standing around this engine for a long time. So getting an engineer in to check it is well worth it.
It would be sensible to have a surveyor, have a look at it in the first place, have a meeting, decide what had to be done, then check me out every now and again while I was doing it, and at the end sign it off.
Yeah. At any one time, I've got 3 or 4 project jobs on from people who've actually bought a hull and are fitting it out, to doing exactly what you're looking at here, of a boat that has been left. Okay, so we've had a good look around this one. I think before you give anyone any money, let's go and have a look at one that's all up and ready to go in virtually a turnkey condition that I found for sale.
You got one?
Let's go and have a look.
Okay. Oh, now
so here we are. This is the same model and class of boat.
Well, that's more like it, isn't it?
And has been really well looked after. With the project boat we've seen ashore, there is a bit of a blank canvas side to it. Although you'll probably spend more money on it than the sail away, you know what you're doing is right, and it's done once. Now, I know the boat currently, the owner wants about £5,500–6,000 for it. He might haggle a little bit, he might be lucky, but you're still going to spend at least £20,000 to get that boat back on the water. Everything you buy for that boat going forward is going to be new, so you're going to have lots of new stuff. The downside you've got is the fact that we don't know what the engine's like, which we can't prove in the same way we can with the boat afloat. So that needs a good look at, and that could be expensive. Storage, we don't know how long it's going to take you. So every week this boat sits here ashore is costing you at least £60 a week. Now, the one that's afloat is currently on the market, offers at £19,500. So there may be a bit of haggle room, but we haven't seen him out the water, so we don't know the underwater condition. We might have a similar problem with the rudder. There is a point of negotiation, so you might pick that up for about 16,500, 17,000. The downside with this boat is the fact that a lot of the kit is quite old, so there are going to be costs involved with replacing it, which may take her above the project boat's end price. And then there's always going to be all the ancillaries that you want to buy. If you've got a cheap place to keep the boat, like your own swing mooring, immediately you've got no overheads in getting her ready. So really, the 2 boats we've seen, it is a flip of the coin between what your heart and your head says. And it's a really difficult decision because both of them have costs that we don't really know until you've done a bit more. So I would be tempted to make an offer on both, and let's see where we go. The heart says you don't want to see that boat left there abandoned. That's a really hard thing to know, that there's a lovely boat sitting there, unloved and unwanted. I've been in that situation myself with my own boat. I couldn't let it go to scrap, and I had to do it. And yes, it has cost me a little bit more, but I'm more in love with my boat now because of it.
When I first saw this boat, I got really excited because underneath all the leaves and the mould and everything else, you can see that she is a class act. It's really important to see what you're taking on and to understand it. But you know, when push comes to shove, I reckon, and actually I think Ben does as well, if you want to do some hard work and perhaps not come up with all the money at once, you could do something with a boat like this. You could make it work, and you could sail it across the Atlantic to the West Indies and sail in the sunshine and the trade winds and see the flying fish break out from under your bow and never have to be a rich man.